Hey, everybody. My name is Manny.
And I'm Shawn.
And together we bring to you
the Moss Podcast.
Yeah, it's the Moss Podcast with Manny and Shawn. Something new is happening here today. We are doing a slight test to potentially going to live YouTube video. You may or may not see this. You may not see the light of day.
It depends on how this goes. We're testing out some things to see if they do a little better. This is an experiment at this time, but hey, you might get to see us.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll still be obviously running through audio, but I need to remember that I can't be touching my face now.
The people can see you now.
Oh, no. I even had to put on a nice shirt and everything today. And the hair done.
I'm hair did.
But anyways, welcome back to the Moss Podcast. As Shawn said, we're happy to have you here today. Welcome to all our OGs, as we always say, and our newbies that might be joining us here on our quest for
fame and fortune.
Fame and fortune? Why not?
I don't know about that.
I want to buy a cruise ship.
Manny just wants someone to sponsor. That's it.
I just want to sponsor and then like a live podcast. Yeah. You know, just come out. Everyone's like, ah. And I'm like,
well, maybe we'll get
I will definitely come out with like Bad Bunny music. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure you would. That would be your walkout music.
But
would it be the new song?
It would not be the new song. We'll get to that.
Anyway.
But yes, welcome to the podcast. We're happy to have you with us. How have you been? How are things in your world?
Things in my world are good. This week has been pretty laid back, which I'm not mad at because there's been busy weeks. So I'm glad to have a little reprieve.
Nice.
So yeah, good. How are you?
It was a busy week. Today was actually my slowest day, surprisingly. Have you guys ever had that moment where you're like sitting in a meeting or you're talking to somebody and you know they are just pressing every button, and then you kind of let out that, like when they eclipse your patience, you make that laugh like, I did that on a call. And I'm not sure if she heard it, but that's how far she pushed me, that I was about to go off. And I just did the little laugh. I put my phone on mute and I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Were you on camera?
I was not on camera. I was actually calling somebody. So it was one of my learners. And yeah, I did the... And I knew when I reached that point, I'm like, it's bad today. But, you know, besides that, it's a week. You know, you work. And then Memorial Day is next weekend, though.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited, y'all.
Free day off. Hello. America.
Yay, 3-day weekend.
I love me a 3-day weekend. We need like a fake pool or something because it is really
hot
in Florida.
I mean, most of y'all are probably like, duh, it's hot in Florida.
But I mean, it started in like February.
Yeah.
Usually
it's only getting hotter by the day.
Yeah. We usually get a reprieve or something. But, well, awesome. Good to hear you're doing well. We're just going to mosey on into our topic today. What do you say?
Sure. Let's get to the issue on the table. All right. So it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have tried to stray away from politics. But politics never strays away from us, apparently.
No, it does not. And we did ask on Instagram for
what you guys would like us to talk about this week.
So we got a couple of good ones that we'll try to work in at some point. But this one came from Harry the Realtor. on Instagram.
Okay. Shout out to Harry.
Shout out. He's a Bad Bunny fan. Yes. He went to Coachella. Lucky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Real fan. I did not go to Coachella.
Did he say how long he waited to see Bad Bunny?
You know what? I haven't asked him. Maybe I should ask him.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Also, what was the bathroom situation? I'm curious about those things because I'm like, Coachella seems like a good idea until it's like your favorite artist doesn't go on until like late into the night, but you want to have a good seat for them. So I don't know how that all works.
It's not a seat.
Well, that part too. It's not a seat.
A good standing room
only
position. Yeah. Actually, we should have him on and talk about what was your experience like?
What was your Coachella experience?
For the rest of us who are interested.
Did he see anybody besides Bad Bunny?
I believe so. He was there all weekend. So,
okay. Yeah. Cool.
I think he tried to see Frank Ocean.
A lot of people tried to see Frank Ocean.
Anyways, we're veering off our team.
Oh, yes, we are. Sorry, y'all. We tend to do that.
So what is our issue on the table?
So the issue on the table this week is the immigrants bill that our governor, I was going to say something else.
He's a dictator.
The Lord told me to hold my tongue.
He's a dictator. And if anybody else wants to argue that point, bring real facts that show me he's not a dictator.
Yes. So fascist DeSantis signed an immigration bill last week on the 10th.
I think he signed it here. Or nope, that was a different one. Never mind. I don't know where he signed it. I think it was Miami.
Sure. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to grab my water.
I feel like
now I got to have to say those because like I'm on camera.
Oh my God. So, okay, let's go over what we don't really want to do is, this is politics, but we don't want to politicize it too much or give you way too much information. But I do want us to know the facts of what is included in this bill. So number one, this gives Mr. DeSantis $12 million of money to ship immigrants to what do they call?
Blue states, essentially.
I mean, blue states, I forget the exact term. Whatever. So he has $12 million to do that. They are currently negotiating.
Sanctuary cities.
That is the word. They're currently negotiating with different vendors to see who will get the contract to either bus or plane these vendors to either bus or put them on a plane and take them to different sanctuary cities, blue states, to get them out of the state of Florida. Yes. Also, work in progress, y'all. Any out-of-state driver's license that an illegal individual may have gotten from a different state is now null and void in the state of Florida. So even if you have papers that say that you can work here, if you have a driver's license that's from, let's just say, Maine, you can't legally drive here. And if you get pulled over, you are at the risk of being arrested.
Wow.
Also, if any immigrant or undocumented immigrant goes to seek medical attention, it is also noted in their intake form that they have to state their immigration status, which is something that is alarming because people may be afraid to seek medical attention because they're scared that if they say that they're undocumented on the intake form, that once again, you can be arrested or get in trouble or whatever. So those are the main things that's in the bill, the scariest things. There is a lot of talk of what this bill will do. It is not in effect yet. It goes into effect July 1st.
America's birthday.
Oh, Jesus.
America.
But the thing about it is a lot of industries here in Florida depend on immigrant and migrant workers. Construction, farming are the main two. And there are already farmers or even construction sites where people are calling their bosses and being like, I may leave or I might not come into work. And this is even before the bill has gone into effect.
Well, I mean, shit, I would be trying to bounce too. Like, what? I don't want to risk July 1st and it just randomly getting pulled over and now I'm going to jail.
Right. So, we have the tomato fields here. We have orange fields. We have strawberries. That is a big import from here. And this bill was signed at the end of the tomato season. So most of the workers have gone. Like that one's kind of seasonal. So
we have so many construction projects in Florida right now.
That is true. A lot.
Not only road construction, but homes. Like Florida, unfortunately, is popular to move into nowadays. I'm trying to get out. But the housing market as well. Like the overall economic disaster that will probably come of this won't be felt for a little bit.
Yes.
But I think in the immediate time, the housing market is the one that's going to get hit the most right now.
For sure, because like you said, a lot of those people work in construction. There's tons of apartments, single family homes, townhomes going up just in our area alone, let alone across the state, because more and more people keep moving here for whatever godforsaken reason.
It's the weather.
But all this, so there was a TikTok that was making the rounds on TikTok and Twitter.
There's a lot.
Well, this one specifically was aimed at this particular bill. It was a lady in a Winn-Dixie, and she was showing that the store shelves were empty, and it was tagging DeSantis in the immigration bill. The truth about that TikTok is that it is actually from Hurricane Irma, I believe. So someone had used it to kind of put out false information about, the effect this bill is having, but that has not started yet.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, that's being used for misinformation, but there are TikToks where people are literally on construction sites day of, and there's just nobody there.
Yes. I say that to say, though.
Oh, I got ahead of myself.
It's fine. So a lot of Latino truck drivers are starting to kind of band together and want to boycott bringing goods into the state of Florida.
Oh, boy.
So that is potentially bad for us. The workers, like I said, a lot of them are nervous. Some don't know if they will stay here. Some don't know if they will leave. That's also bad for, our supply chain as well, because we also depend on the harvesting of the fruits and vegetables.
Well, it's just a ripple effect.
Yeah.
It is. Like right now, you may see it in the housing market and maybe some agriculture, but as we go on, it's just going to get worse. So houses will be delayed. People won't be able to move into their homes. As supply chain gets less and less and less, it's going to screw the economy in the state of Florida. And it's going to drive up the cost of those goods, because they are going to have to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's an overall economic, beyond the fact that we're treating immigrants like they don't do their part here in the US, the economic collapse that could come of this is a greater concern.
Right.
That sounded insensitive.
It,
I'm concerned of the approach to the immigration bill, but in the immediate time for us in Florida, it's going to get ugly because, and I'm not trying to be an alarmist or fake news or whatever, but follow the math. Like the economy will hurt when you're not producing goods, you're not building homes. There's no money. There's not happening.
right.
These people that then may decide not to move here, may decide not to buy a house.
Yeah. The effect will definitely be felt. We just don't know when it will be felt. Right. Because like I said, this law doesn't go into effect until July. It's not like July, at the end of July, the store shelves will be empty or anything.
Right.
But
there's like plenty of orange juice for a while.
It is going to be a ripple effect on the economy. It sucks because they say that this bill is the purpose of it is to prevent illegal identifications or IDs for people.
But if they're coming here with a different ID,
yeah,
a state issued government ID,
make it make sense.
I don't get that.
I don't either.
It's just another ploy to limit immigrants that are undocumented in our state. And though I understand there's the people out there that would say, well, they didn't follow the right process to become a citizen. Well, first of all, the immigration system in the U.S. has always been a disaster.
Trash.
And no politician, left, right, middle, has ever taken the concentrated effort to fix the system. It's always been a broken system.
Amen.
So it's like, so yes, the people are coming here illegally because your system fucking sucks, for lack of a better word. And it's not like a majority of these people, unlike some politicians out there, will tell you that, oh, they're all rapists and murderers. That's not the facts. That's not the truth. If anything, these immigrants that come here are probably the hardest working people in our country.
And they are vital to our economy.
Vital to the economy, vital to the products and services that we eat and drink, vital to maybe even the hospitality industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Hotels, restaurants, like.
And these are jobs that I know people will say, well, they're taking our jobs and now we'll have other people to fulfill those roles. Y'all ain't gonna go out there and apply for those jobs. There's one lady, I believe she's working in Plant City. She works in the sun from 7 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. In the sun, period. Point blank, all day long in the sun. Who wants to do that job?
Not me. And definitely not for what they pay.
Not for what they pay, no.
And again, I don't think immigrants should be getting paid that shitty pay either.
Right.
To do those hardworking jobs. But we know for facts that many Americans will not want to do these jobs.
Yeah.
I've seen some TikToks where they interviewed actual farmers, and they're like, we can't keep Americans here. Most of them don't make it a day.
And I can understand why.
So it's like, yes, they're here undocumented, but they're also providing, they are working. They are hardworking Americans, whether they're documented or not. They are here in this country and they're doing jobs that some of us don't want to do. A majority of us don't want to do.
Right.
I don't want to go work outside. I don't like being outside. And I'm just like, so when I say this part, I don't mean disrespect to the immigrants, because I believe they should get fair wages too. But for them to say that they're taking jobs from Americans, it's the truth of the matter is 90% of Americans probably won't want any of these jobs.
No. And that's not unfair to say. So yeah, this bill, like many of the bills that he has put his little signature on, we will feel the ripple effects from it later on this year into next year. I know that he's only doing these stunts and shows because he is on the verge of announcing his presidential run
next week.
So, you know, it's disheartening because there's a lot of hardworking people that come here. They do an excellent job. They make money for their families. You know, they send money back home to their families. And I know there are people here that are like, they don't belong here. They didn't come here the right way. Well, a lot of people could say that same thing about you and your ancestors. Y'all ain't from here. None of us are, if we're being honest with it.
The indigenous people are truly
right.
The owners of this land.
So, I mean, I know that is a bigger discussion, but I just hate the fact that we don't take the time to look at people as people anymore. We look at them as a label.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but that is the world that we currently live in. I just hope, I don't know, that something can change, that some way this bill can be reversed in the future.
Has there any talks of legal action against this?
There is. There's a coalition in Miami, I want to say, that is like the biggest Latino civil rights group, and they're investigating and trying to see what they can do. Of course, there's no guarantee in that, but they are at least trying to do something about it, because even them, they were like, yeah, if the Latino truck drivers decide, you know, we're going to boycott Florida, that is going to have a massive impact on this state. The state is already seeing issues with the fight between Ron DeSantis and Disney. For example, Disney was supposed to build a super campus here in Florida and decided, you know what? Since Mrs. DeSantis wants to play hardball, we can play it too. It was a $1.7 billion project. And
don't know.
Now
it was a lot of money.
It was at least $1 billion project. And now that is no more.
No more. And those people that would come with that campus aren't coming here to generate dollars in this state either.
So, you know, they say go woke, go broke, but
go DeSantis, go broke.
Sure. I can't figure out a rhyme for that.
Go stupid and go broke.
You can't fix stupid.
Can't fix stupid. It's wild to me. And, you know, I wonder if he's using this as a political power move, in that he knows it's going to hurt the economy and he can blame the Democrats for that.
But it's not the Democrats' fault. It's your fault.
I know, but we know a lot of the extreme team don't listen to reason.
I'm well aware, but I just don't see how you spin this one, because you signed the bill. You pissed the people off. The people are angry. They don't want to come here, or they don't want to deliver goods here. I don't see how you spin this on the Dems.
Let me say this to the Republican extremists, and even just regular Republicans that continue to follow suit. I heard some folks in Florida legislature talking about, oh, I have concerns. This is about the Disney thing, that this is going to hurt businesses and future businesses coming into the state. But I'm like, you continue to stand behind him.
Right.
And you approve it. So you have some reason to know or think there could be a potentially big issue here in the state for new business, new jobs. But I'm going to go ahead and approve this because it's best for me.
I don't understand that. Only that, you know, people will do whatever for power, even when you can morally, you know that this isn't the right thing to do, or that you are potentially hurting your home state and the people that live in it by doing so. But you're riding with party. It's party over country. The Republican Party at this point is party over country. There is no small business. There is no less government interference. They are in every inch of your business.
It feels like the last couple of for the people Republicans have passed away or have decided not to run or were voted out.
Right. Which is sad, but true.
Liz Cheney. I think she was the last one. And the gentleman that was...
Rob, his last name I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to try.
I mean, I felt like those were the last two with the reason.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney, every once in a while, you're like, you're going to have some... Nope, no sense either. But at least here in Florida, they're coming out with concerns about the economy, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, yes, I vote yes. I vote yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why did you vote yes? Like, your job is to represent your people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things in this. Like, even Republicans are over the whole abortion thing. And like, please stop doing it. I feel like most of them can get behind this immigrant bill also being why are we doing this?
It's bad for business, period.
Period.
I wish everybody in Congress would just get together and really work on an immigration system that is fair for all.
And a speedier process. Like, it shouldn't be years before you can receive citizenship. Right.
Years. And it's just frustrating that nobody in our overall history of this country has worked to build a solid immigration plan. They all come in with ideas or lack of, but they can never come up with a good plan. So at the end of the day, my take on this is we're screwed slightly in Florida. I don't know when we'll feel the screwedness, but it's not just us. It's going to be everybody. Everyone that receives produce from this state, products such as orange juice, Florida's whatever it's called, that's here. It's made here.
Well, remember when eggs went up? Oh, it's going to be, you're going to be paying a price. They're going
to be like, thanks, Joe Biden, but it wasn't fucking Joe Biden. It wasn't fucking Joe Biden.
No, you're going to say thanks DeSantis. You say that.
You repeat after me. Thanks, DeSantis, for my very expensive orange juice. Okay? Strawberries, Plant City, right near us. Gets done here. Gets shipped out of the state.
Gonna have to start drinking that Donald Duck.
Ew, that's disgusting. But you can't get it at the dollar store. Sorry.
You can. Or Sunny Delight.
Well, that is such fake orange juice.
I know. You gonna have to drink fake orange juice.
I don't drink orange juice. It doesn't really bother me. But it's just going to be felt across the U.S. Goods are going to go up, at least the ones that are shipped out of here. And then we're probably going to have to depend on importing some of those things.
Mm. And that's going to cost you.
It's going to cost even more for us. So at the end of the day, the bill is not hurting the immigrants. It is also hurting the citizens of Florida and the citizens across the U.S. that depend on all these products.
It's fine. People always vote against their best interests, and that has happened here in Florida time and time and time again. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just know it's going to be felt. And if we're already seeing it in the housing market, it won't be long before everything else falls into line. And he doesn't care. He's too busy getting ready to run for president. He signs it with such a grin.
His smug face.
I'm tired of his show. I'm really tired of him showing up on my Google all the damn time. DeSantis did this. I'm like, tell me when he didn't do something.
All right. So that is going to... Are we done?
That is the issue on the table. That's our take. It's a terrible bill. It's going to hurt the economy. Floridians, get ready for it. You can argue with me that it's not. It will. It will. And if you're waiting for a house to be done, good luck.
Yeah, it might take a bit longer than you think now.
It's just going to increase houses again, even for used houses, because now people will probably transition from buying a new house to an old house. And then how are you going to fix up that house?
But
questions to be answered.
He's out here running for president.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's great. Oh, it's so much fun." I'm like, you guys are just dumb, just dumb. All right. That's the issue on the table today.
That's the issue on the table, guys. We'll be right back with our corners.
All right, y'all. So that's the issue on the table, and now we're bringing back
our corners.
Our corners this week. I feel like I'm like hiding. Like if this doesn't ever make it to YouTube or you don't watch it on, I'm like hiding behind this mic thing.
Hello. Pop filter.
Hello.
Okay, so get to your corner.
All right, come on down to my corner. Let's go. So this actually came through a question on Instagram as well.
Okay.
But
a question or a topic?
A topic. But I decided to just make it my corner because I thought it would be more relevant to me.
Okay. Go ahead. Go off.
So Bad Bunny, have I talked about him in a while? I don't think I have.
You talked about him 2 pods ago.
Okay.
Where you cursed out Kendall Jenner.
Oh, that's because she was on my runway.
Yeah. We talked about the Met Gala.
Yeah,
anyway.
Go back and watch that episode. That was funny as hell. So Bad Bunny released a new song yesterday at 5 p.m. California time because now he lives in California. And now everything's about fucking California. You guys see where I'm going here? Like, I feel like he's lost his roots to Puerto Rico now. But maybe not. He did some wrestling thing in Puerto Rico and he blew that place up. Like,
they still love him.
I thought it was a Bad Bunny concert, but it was not a Bad Bunny concert. But anyways, there's been a lot of talk lately about Bad Bunny. He wore the number 13 on his shirt at the wrestling event. Mm-hmm. Last year, before he released an album, he wore a shirt with dolphins, which was the eventual theme of his album and his tour.
Un Verano
Sin Ti. So people were thinking the 13th he'd release the song or his album. It was not the 13th. Then people started saying, oh, it's 13 tracks.
The speculation.
We're really holding on to that 13. So he announced Thursday. I think it was Thursday. No, the song came out Thursday. I think he announced Wednesday that a new song would drop 5 p.m. California time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where Puerto Rico is, if you needed to know. And he put the name of the song. The name of the song is Where She Goes. And boy, when I tell you, the social had blown up. People was like, oh, so now we're dating Kendall. We're living in California. And now we're singing songs in English. Like the Puerto Rican Latino fan base was livid on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It was everywhere.
Okay.
And so last night, the song came out. I listened to it at 8:01. And I was like, okay, there's no English. He only says one little phrase in English. And I'm not going to repeat it here because it was vulgar. Something about, down there.
Chocha.
La chocha, me gusta la chocha de Puerto Rico. Put that in your Google Translate.
Don't do that.
I like the song. It took me about 3 listens to really appreciate the song. I am somebody that is about melodies and sounds and different beats. So the song drew me because of the different vibe. I don't think people are saying it's new to Bad Bunny. I don't think it's new to Bad Bunny. Mm. The song is very, have you listened to it?
No, just a snippet that you played me.
Some of the sounds integrated through that song, he has played with in the past. I just think it's a more prominent song now.
I know that one TikTok that you were listening to this morning said that it had like Jersey Club in it. And I did hear that when you played me the snippet, because that is a very distinct thing, which I do enjoy that music. So I am looking forward to what this album may be.
Yeah, he not only released a song, he released the album. Or not the album.
I was about to say, what? Because you would have been listening to that all day.
Broken Here first. That was like, Bad Bunny.
Oh my God.
If you're not watching this, I pointed at a door.
I'm describing it for the audio listeners.
I got to, because there are OGs, right? So where was I going?
You said he released the album, and then you said no, not the album. He
released the video to the song. In true Bad Bunny fashion, he did that. Mm-hmm. The video was very well produced. People have a lot of speculations of what he's talking about in the song. Some people think it's about Kendall Jenner. Some people think it's not. Some people think he's trying to gaslight us as his fans. When I listen to the song doesn't really talk to me that it's about Kendall. It's more of somebody that he was with.
Gabriella.
I don't even think it's Gabriella. I don't know. It was talking about like one night, and I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't think it's about Kendall. And I'm going to leave that part there because I like the song and I don't want to ruin it. But I will tell you, as I was watching the video, I'm like, this bitch better not show up on this motherfucking video or I'm going to throw my phone. She did not show up. The video was nice. There were some hints in there. The number 13 came back out.
Okay.
Again. He used the phrase, nadie sabe, nobody knows, multiple times throughout the video. So we don't know what he's trying to tell us. Bad Bunny's always trying to tell us something. Whether you know it or not, if you're a true fan, he's always trying to tell us something through his music. He told us in the last album he would drop a trap album and disappear. I don't know if that's still happening. This song's not very trappy. It's a little bit of trap, a little bit of house music. So I don't know where he's going. I don't know if this is a new musical journey. I don't think it's about Kendall Jenner. I'm glad she wasn't in the video. I saw less representation in the video than we would normally see. That did bother me a little bit. It was probably filmed out in Coachella-ness because it felt like it was around that time. But I don't know where he's going with music. I enjoyed the song. I am waiting for the day that he dumps Kendall Jenner and never goes back.
If you can tell, he hates Kendall Jenner.
I don't like any of them. Jenner, the whole Kardashians can go fuck off. I do got to put a sidebar. What's the other one? Kanye's ex.
What?
Kanye's ex? Kim. I read somewhere that she paid off 50 women's legal something.
Yeah, she's really an advocate for helping women in prison.
Okay. So I'll give her partial points. Okay. Don't hate her too much. I still don't really like the overall family.
I mean, most people don't.
Kendall, I know she's a whore.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. She opens her legs a lot. So, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry. That can be your bestie. Bad Bunny's my bestie. I'm gonna protect my bestie. That's all it is. I'm sorry. I know he could do better. I knew Gabriella was better. That's it. Anyways, the song is a song. I don't know what he's telling us. I'm gonna say the 13 might be referencing the tracks. I might go with that. Nadie sabe. It might be the name of the album. Or he's telling us nobody knows what's going on between me and her. So stay out of it.
Cool.
What's your take? What do you think he's... I know you didn't listen to it, but what's kind of like your thoughts about it?
I don't know where he's going with this, but oftentimes I feel like you said, he gives you hints about what direction he's moving. And all I've seen is like the promotional stuff in that little snippet that you played me. Seems like it's very dark. Was the video dark?
It wasn't dark. He was riding in a car in the desert. It ended in a bonfire.
Okay.
And he woke up after the bonfire burned out. And he got back in his car. And apparently Frank Ocean is also in the video.
somewhere. Maybe.
Did not see him. I saw the video 5 times. Could not find him.
Well, Kid Fury wasn't sure. He saw him on stage when he was supposed to be on stage. He was like, it could have been a hologram. I don't know. So who knows?
So
Maybe
no.
Ferguson wasn't
Well,
there.
first of all, the special guests were like this small in the video. So I was just very small for those of you listening on audio. I was making the little thing.
I had to see this video.
I had to pause it. And I was just like, who the hell is special? Because there's a bunch of special guests. All I wanted to make sure was that Kendall wasn't in it. And she was not in the special guest list.
Maybe she had a hoodie on or something.
She was not in the special guest list. Okay. We're going to leave it there.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Could it be dark? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be dark. I just know he's probably going to play with new sounds.
But I feel like he always does that.
Yeah. He always gives us something different when he puts out an album. Looking at how quickly the song is rising, I'm assuming all those fans who dumped him because of Kendall are not going to dump him. But we shall see what he's got, what he's going to do.
Well, we're looking forward to whatever Benito puts out.
If we can call him that now. I forgot what they're calling him.
Ben?
Ben. It's not Benito anymore. It's Ben. Porque se convirtió en un gringo.
Y'all stop dragging y'all fave.
And he dropped an album tonight. I would listen to it. And he tells me he's going on tour. I'm going to buy the tickets.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
All right.
All right. That's it for me. Let's go on down to your bayou.
My corner is not in a bayou. Anyway, y'all, come on in to my corner. All right, so kind of piggybacking off.
That's for Twitter.
The music. Oh no, the music thing. I just want to briefly talk about, because I didn't really have a corner for this week, but I thought about something before we came in here. And I
such a good podcast.
kind of want to talk about ungrateful fans.
Oh,
I'm not saying that you're ungrateful. Your situation with him and Kendall Jenner.
I just don't like Kendall.
That's that.
I haven't.
You don't really have an issue with Bad Bunny.
No.
My thing is people who claim to be fans of people, but are continuously putting them down or criticizing them for not doing this or not doing that. Now, it's one thing to be in fandom and want the best for your fave. It's another thing to, one, I guess some people show up to support, some people don't. They do it from their couches or wherever you are watching YouTube videos of concerts and not being there themselves. And that might be for economic reasons.
Twitter.
Or for whatever reason. I'm going to speak about my fave, which is Janet. And if you are new here, his fave is Bad Bunny. My fave is Janet Jackson / Beyonce.
Got the hat somewhere in here.
Somewhere. Anyway, so Janet, as you may or may not know, is on tour right now. The Together Again tour. We went to go see her opening night in Hollywood, Florida.
You should go listen to that pod. It was very funny.
Yes, that is a very funny pod. It is. Our faces aren't in it, but go listen to it anyway. I had an amazing time. I always have an amazing time when I go see Janet. Again, she's a fave.
Even I had an amazing time.
He had an amazing time, so you know it was good. But a lot of chatter on social media when the tour opened, people making remarks about her wardrobe, about her dancing, about the stage, everything. Like people are always gonna have something to say.
The seats in the stadium.
I'm not fighting that part. The internet will be the internet. So someone is always going to have something negative to say. My thing is so-called fans who are on fan boards, who have fan Twitters, just, in my opinion, tearing down the person that you stand for. And I don't understand it. One of the videos that we shot was the opening of the show where Janet comes out in this giant cape, robe thing, very expensive. Someone commented that it looked cheap and why is she wearing that?
It was probably more expensive than some people's regular clothes in their
Oh, for sure
closet.
it was.
It was couture.
Yes. In an interview that she did behind the scenes, I think it was with ET, and they were going through the wardrobe, and she was like, she loves coming out in that because it makes her feel powerful, it gets her ready for the show. And a lot of the wardrobe that she wears is very couture. It's a lot of there's Louis Vuitton, not Louis Vuitton.
Balenciaga. Versace.
Sure. And and people were talking about how how things look cheap, how the production was low budget, and I didn't get any of that from the show. And now Beyonce is on tour,
which, from what I've seen,
is a spectacle.
Is one of her most
elaborate
tours I've seen.
And so you have people once again who claim to love B, and I know there's a lot of people out there that don't. But saying, why I love her, but why isn't she dancing more? And I'm just like, first of all, this stage is 1 billion feet wide. This video screen goes to heaven and back. Like, I don't understand. Like, first of all, your seat probably is way up there if you got one, and that's no shade.
That was all the shade.
Because if your seat is way up there, Beyonce's gonna look like an ant to you anyway. So you need this giant monitor that she has. You don't know if she's dancing or not dancing. But
that was me in the last Beyonce tour.
For sure it was.
Maybe that's why I didn't think it was a spectacle.
But my thing is like, we at the end of the day, these are human beings. Janet Jackson has been dancing, singing, touring for over 50 years at this point, which is crazy when you think about it. She just turned 57. This woman doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. I say it time and time again, I always go to see her because I never know when it will be her last tour. And I want to see her as many times as I possibly can before she's like, no more. Because she doesn't have to. Beyonce, I love Beyonce. I don't know if she would say the same. I think Beyonce has quite a few more tours than her.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But also, she don't owe you anything. She don't have to prove anything to anybody anyway. She's always been a great entertainer. She has always put on a great show. And from the elaborate sets and props and swinging that I've seen her do in this Renaissance tour so far, just through the YouTube videos, has been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, people said that about Lady Gaga's recent tour.
Yeah.
And also Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti tour, the world's hottest tour, was not as well received as his previous tours.
Right. And people, I don't know if people blame that on it being a stadium tour or not, but
I mean, I hate a stadium tour. I'll tell you that. I think it's too many people. It feels impersonal as a fan, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the show was terrible.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I just want to see my artists perform the songs that I like and be in a non-judgmental place where I can scream it with all the wrong lyrics.
Because no one can hear you anyway, right?
Right. Nobody can hear me. If anything, I'm just intaking all the COVID and colds that are around me. You know?
Yeah. So I think in general, what I'm talking about is touring, right? And your fave putting on a show for the fans. And most fans are just going to go to that show. They're going to hear the songs that they wanted to hear. There may be a song that they miss or whatever. Most of these people at this point have over 5 albums. It's kind of hard to make a show with everybody's favorite song in it. But you go to enjoy yourself, to hear the live music, to be enthralled with other people who like the same things that you like. And it is supposed to just be a good time. I don't understand why people feel the need to nitpick and tear things down. But once again, I understand that the internet will be the internet. But I'm just, for the fans, you should always want the best for your fave, but tearing them down amidst the people that are already going to hate on them, I just don't see the point in it.
No, I agree with you. I think you should enjoy the music, sing along, enjoy the experience, and stop worrying about theatrics. Like, I would rather be up close to my artist and hear the songs that I've been jamming to in my car while I'm cleaning for months.
Right.
And get to hear him sung live. And probably a different variation of the song, which I'll then be pissed that it's not released because I enjoyed that version more.
Yeah, we need more artists to put out their live.
I miss that version. From like the 90s. Like, everybody used to release a video and the album. Yeah. Well, back then it was like tape or a CD. But everybody released it. It was like you waited for it.
Yeah, because sometimes the mixes and renditions that they do on tour are so good, but that's the only place you'll ever hear it.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that. Like, if you're a fan, be a fan. Yes, the tickets can be expensive and you go and you're like, this is all I got. I get that. But at the end of the day, this is your artist. This is the person you chose to spend money on.
Right.
Be happy that you're in their presence and that they're giving you any kind of show.
Facts.
Like, I'd be okay just standing there and watching J-Lo perform. That's fine.
I mean, literally, to me, Janet could just stand in the middle of the stage and we just gonna have a giant sing-along, and I'm here for it.
Right. Do you think they just hold Janet at a higher rate because of her
legacy
and that the one tour that she did that was like breaking?
Yes, everyone loves the Velvet Rope tour, but the Velvet Rope tour was, I want to say, at the height of her career, but it was, or the pinnacle. I don't know which one is better to say, but that one was there was a lot of theatrics. There was a lot of props. It is very much what Renaissance is giving me right now.
Yeah, definitely is. Like Formation, I don't feel gave me that when I saw that tour.
Right. Renaissance is definitely a step up. But at the same time, you have to realize like your fave is going to get old. Like just like you're getting old, they're going to get old too. There's going to come a point in time where Beyonce isn't doing what Beyonce used to do. Mm-hmm. And that goes for all of them.
Right. I mean, even with all the theatrics that Beyonce has, people are still criticizing her tour.
Right.
And I'm just like, I got more excited seeing the videos of her tour.
I'm super excited. Like, I try not to watch things. Everything is out there. And I have seen some videos, but I'm trying to hold off because we go in August.
August, yes.
So it's not that far away.
Oh no. 2 whole months in the Florida heat. We will be outside for this tour.
But yeah, I just love your faves, because one day they may decide they don't want to perform anymore. They don't want to go on tour anymore. And you may have missed your chance, or you were too busy criticizing them to enjoy the moment that you were in with them. So that's going to wrap up my corner.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great point. Like, be a fan, enjoy it. Just go enjoy it. Enjoy their presence, because you never know when they're going to stop touring. And if you're going for theatrics, go buy Cirque du Soleil tickets.
For real.
Like, an artist is here to perform. And I'm not expecting flying ships and saucers. And I just want to hear good vocals, good musical arrangements. And if I'm not close enough, a good big monitor so I can see your face. Because even in the 100s, it's a little hard to see.
I mean, it could be worse. Y'all could just go see Maluma. He could stand on stage and drink and just sing at you.
We ain't trying to piss off Maluma fans, but I haven't heard his tour is that exciting, unfortunately.
No shade.
But respect your fans. You know, if you think the price of the ticket is too much for what you're going to get, don't buy it. Just enjoy their album at home. Mm-hmm. But don't be going on social media and blasting people. Like, first of all, they don't give a shit. No. Because they're looking at the stadium and they're like, well, I sold all my tickets. So they don't care. Just enjoy them, because we don't know when they're going to stop producing music. And some artists don't even go on tour. Like, I'm a big J-Lo fan, and the first time I saw her on tour was when she went on her first tour, because I refuse to go to Vegas for residencies. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. The only person I said could do that is Bad Bunny.
Of course.
And even then, it would be very hard pressed for me, because I just, the whole plane ticket is very expensive. From what I've seen, Vegas hotels are trashy. You know, you may have a great casino, but the room looks like it's stuck in 1975. But anyways, what's your last word for this podcast?
My last word is to continue to do your self-care. Continue to be good to yourself and take care of your mental health, because like we said in the beginning, this is still Mental Health Awareness Month. So I just want to make sure that I drive that home.
Awesome. My last words is to go follow us on all our social platforms. I can't bring this home enough. Follow us, please. Write some reviews. We're really trying this YouTube thing again. Go hit us with a subscribe, even if you don't watch our podcast there when it gets there at some point.
Yes. And can I say something?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Or do we have breaking news into the studio? Go ahead.
So I know that we promised you guys Virgin Voyages video
years ago.
It was not years ago. But the first one should be out next week.
Ooh, just in time for Memorial Day.
Long as things go as planned, it should be out next week. Yes. And then hopefully they will continue week after week, but we'll see how that rollout goes.
Rollout?
A rollout. Who taught him rollout?
What is this, Schitt's Creek? I need the new lotions for the rollout.
Will you stop saying rollout? Anyways, so sorry.
So with our social, because today we are testing this video recording, I do not have my laptop in front of me. So we are using a cellular device. This is the Google Pixel 7 Pro.
Oh, Lord.
In case you're interested, very good phone. Go get it. Not sponsored. But y'all can send me a foldable if you would like. I'll be more than happy to do a whole hour episode on it. But yes, please do follow us on our social.
Yes, you can find us on Instagram at @Moss_podcast.
Or you can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Moss_podcast22.
And you can email us with your questions, comments, concerns at mannyandsean@gmail.com. That's MannyandShawn@gmail.
Don't put a camera in front of me. I'm doing crazy stuff. Or you can follow us on YouTube, or as they say, subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@MossPodcast.
Yes.
So subscribe. This is your homework. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please go do it. If you haven't followed one or all of our social media platforms, please do it. If you have not written a review,
please do it.
Please write a review. It is the only way our podcast will grow and be acknowledged amongst every celebrity that now has a fucking podcast. Okay, we're doing so good with the podcast. Yeah, you're a fucking celebrity. Anyways, so don't forget to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. Subscribe on the tubes. I don't know how much long Twitter is going to survive, but I'll keep it up for now, I guess.
Right.
And don't forget to rate, write, and review, which I've said before.
Yes,
okay?
You've said it plenty.
Awesome. So, as we like to say here on the Moss Podcast,
do something good for yourself.
Then do something good for someone else.
Yay.
And that will wrap up episode 36 of the Moss Podcast.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful week, day, month, wherever you're at. We hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Stay safe.
That's a whole nother fucking episode.
I know.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.